Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Project Lemons to Lemonade. Our next guest built one of the best managed service provider businesses in Calgary that was acquired just this January. His philanthropic initiatives have seen over $100,000 given back to not-for-profit and charity organizations in Calgary, such as the Boys and Girls Club, Kids Sport Meals on Wheels, and many others. And I've been to some of those awesome events. And his dog Felipe is a rescue from Mexico and he just turned 10. Please welcome Shawn Freeman from Fully Managed. Hi, Shawn.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Daphne.
Hi, thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So we were just talking about some really interesting things. There's so many people going remote. I mean, everybody's going remote, right? Not so many, everyone.
Yeah.
And you were mentioning that there's some security risks to that and that a lot of entrepreneurs don't know about. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. I mean, if you take all your employees at your company and you have them working at home, you've gone from having like one spot that hackers can attack, and maybe you've got that locked down pretty good with some really good firewalls and some other technologies. And now you have, if you're a company of 100 people, now you have 100 places they can attack from. And people's home networks are not generally the most secure. So we've seen that become a big issue. And then the other thing that we've also seen is just obviously hackers are they see a situation, people are panicked, they're busy, they might ignore some things, so they take advantage of that as well. So there's been as high as like an 800% increase in ransomware just over COVID. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty
And all
insane.
those pesky Zoom bombers.
Yeah, those two. I mean, they're more pesky than anything, and
Yeah.
but they can definitely cause quite a big issue
Disruptions,
for you.
yeah. So
Yeah,
what can people do? So now, people have 10 employees at home, could be, 50 that they didn't anticipate, sometimes hundreds, right?
yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
for a small business owner, let's say 10, under 20 employees, what kind of measures can they take to protect themselves?
Yeah, it really, I mean, it depends on your situation. So you really need to work closely with your IT advisor and bring this up if they haven't already, and say, hey, like, this, I understand this might be a risk. I understand, obviously budgets are a big thing, and we want to do something within our budget currently. So, what can we do, at a kind of cheap mid-range and maybe high end to keep us secure and make sure that we're safe. And then also, a lot of it comes down to just employee, just educating them on what to be careful around, what to check with their home network, giving them a checklist of things to look for and make sure they have in place to make sure that they are secure. So
Okay, that they're doing like best practices, doing the right things, not clicking on links. I have seen a lot of
sure.
new text coming through and different, things that people are doing to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah, exactly. So just being aware is huge. It's a big
Yeah,
part.
yeah, exactly. And the other thing that we always talk about is company culture. You had built a really strong company culture in your company, and you guys were not remote. You're all working together. You had like an app that would track different initiatives. And how are you maintaining that now that everybody's remote?
Yeah, so we try to like not make all of our video meetings serious. Like, so we'll do Wednesdays, we'll do a team virtual lunch, and every week we have sort of a little challenge. So somebody picks a theme, like breakfast or pasta, and then everybody makes their lunch, comes, they show pictures to everybody, and then somebody votes on the winner, and then whoever wins gets to be the judge next week. And so that's been really fun. And then obviously, I think everybody's doing quarantini, so we definitely kicked that off pretty early. And it's just not talking about work, but just really socializing and
Mhm.
having fun and still trying to keep that in line and a priority.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great. And are you guys still using the app that you were using before or
Yeah, yeah. So we use an app called Kudos, and they're actually based in Calgary. And basically, you can give points to other people for helping you out or doing certain things. Just going out of their way to do something for you. You can be like, "Hey, thanks," and then they get to spend it on whatever gift card they choose and
yeah,
stuff. So yeah,
yeah, it's like a little gamification of being nice to each
exactly,
other or acknowledging that you're doing the right thing.
exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then what do you think with you've been dealing with a lot of business owners and different nonprofits and things like that. What do you think, do you have a few tips on how to come out of this, in a thriving position.
Yeah, I think it's just really just having those transparent conversations and figuring out where people are at, and then figuring out how we can help, right? Because if we don't know where our clients are at, or if they don't know where we're at, then how do we find a middle ground to make sure that we kind of both come out on the other side, you know, pretty decent, and then grow from there, right? So I think it's just having those vulnerable, transparent conversations, and sharing more than you normally would if there wasn't a pandemic out there, and that really, I've found that really has helped. So
Yeah, and what kind of transparent conversations have you guys been having at work? Like, can you give us some examples?
yeah, just like how like our clients' businesses are doing. Are they fully shut down? Are they partially shut down? Cash flow things. Come up with creative ways to deal with those problems. Yeah, and it's really just kind of putting it out there, saying like, we're here to help. Let us know what we need to do or how we can help, and let's just get on a call and chat about how we make that work. And because we're all, yeah, like I said, we're all in it together. We all want to get out of it together and and be happy. And I think it's an unprecedented opportunity to like create long-term relationships with people and just really build that loyalty, and show people who your values are, right? And that's great. You don't often get a chance to do that. So yeah, I think that's definitely important. For sure. It's really like you just got to level with people, and then you just have to be sympathetic. And if I'm busy or they're busy and they're not getting back to me, it's like, okay, well, some of it takes time to figure it
Yeah,
out too, right?
yeah.
So
Everything takes a little bit longer than we're
yeah.
used to these days.
Well, and everything's changing, right? Like,
Yeah.
the support we're getting from different angles is changing, whether it be government or landlords or
Mhm.
whatever, right? So
Yeah.
it's a moving target too, right?
Yeah, major moving target. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Shawn.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.